And we are back with your 15-minute break. I am Chris Boone, man of many friends, host and creator of Men Don't Know podcast, and I'm here with my co-host B. B, how we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Excellent. Now, today we are actually talking about what men and some women seem to have problems. Let's just call it
cooking.
Spices. No, we're calling it spices. We're calling it spices. Spices. We got Coy in the back on the booth. Don't think we forgot about that, guys. He is here. Coy, how we doing?
I'm here.
All right, just checking. They thought this was the interview, and it's not. All right, let's talk about spices. This is a problem, and I feel like this is a problem with a lot of guys.
Right.
And no, let's just keep it with guys. Guys, this is probably the easiest thing you can do to do anything you want to a meal that you're supposed to do. A spice rack. They sell it like this.
That's correct.
The reason why I'm having B on here is because B, you know what? We were talking about this last week. You was in the kitchen. You were jazzing up some ramen, and you was putting an egg in it. He was chefing up something. I said, you know what? We need to do a podcast about spices for the men to understand how crucial these things are. So B, just off the top of your head, give me 5 of the spices you should always have in your food. As a guy, I'm having a woman over for dinner. I want to jazz up maybe a filet. Let's say I want to jazz up some chicken breasts.
Okay.
I'm going to bake some chicken breasts. Okay. And maybe some fish.
Okay.
Okay. We got the spice rack right here.
Right.
Tell me what I need to put in there.
Okay. So let's
come on.
Rosemary is probably one of the best ones to go
Okay.
with when it comes to steaks.
Okay.
So,
I like it. Why?
You know, just the aroma that gives you a lot of flavor.
See, I got a good one.
Yeah, and then obviously salt and pepper are the
Spin it around.
The normal.
Let's
right?
get the salt.
Get the
Let's
salt.
See, okay.
The
Pepper. We got the basil, thyme. We got seasoning salt. We got pepper in the back. Don't worry, I got you. All right, no worries. Okay. Let me ask you this. You got salt and pepper. Okay, what am I using seasoning salt for?
Seasoning salt,
yeah,
you can pretty much use it on anything. It depends on the flavors that you want. You know, sometimes you do get sea salt just every food needs salt.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But you know, if you want to go a little step above, go with the seasoning salt. Okay. That way you get a little bit more flavor. You could even put seasoning salt on an egg. To be honest.
Oh, really? Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna slide this way, so that way I'm gonna take your attention to me and the camera. We are gonna go with oregano now. What are we using oregano now for?
Ooh, so oregano you can probably use in a lot of Italian food.
Okay,
you know,
Coy, you using? Wait, Coy, are you using the oregano in that fettuccine Alfredo you do?
Oregano and the Italian seasoning.
Yeah.
And when I want to fake weed and
never. Okay. Next, I want to hit you with chives. Where are we putting chives in?
Chives. So okay, these chives. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of these.
Why?
Just because it's dry.
Okay.
Dry chives. I'm like really a big fan of. I think you need to get fresh chives.
Okay.
Especially with if you're trying to put in like ramen, for instance.
Oh, okay. I like that. Okay.
Cut up a little bit of chives, put it on top at the end.
Okay. At the end.
Chives is always at the end. You know, even when you're using fried rice, put the chives on the end. You can use chives when you're cooking early on. Okay. You know, when you're getting the garlic and the chives and the oil, tempered a little bit.
Okay.
That's when you use chives mainly. It's either the beginning and the end. That's it.
Coy, when you using chives? You using chives at all?
Yeah, like eggs too.
Okay. My mom gave you some chives, didn't she?
Fresh chives.
She gave you chives?
She gave me basil.
Basil. Okay. She gave basil. Okay. All right, and coming back to that, basil. Where am I putting basil?
All right, basil is one of my favorite.
Okay.
Hands down, one of my favorite, just because I love cooking a lot of Thai food.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's like
I'm not that advanced. Okay.
It's all right. I'm going to get you there.
Okay. Bring me back.
But, basil, it just gives a lot of good flavor and good aromas.
Okay.
It just makes a dish vibrant.
Okay.
So I think basil, but like I said, it has to be fresh.
Okay.
This dry basil it's one way to get away from it. Get away, like if you don't have the fresh one.
Remember, I'm a bachelor in the past.
I get you. I
done hopped on Amazon, like Coy said.
Right.
He put the link in the bio. I grabbed this. It came with all these. I bought some chicken breasts. I put the rice in the rice cooker.
Right.
Okay. And I put the veggies in the oven. Okay. Now I'm here. I've got what am I using for the chicken and the mixed vegetables?
Okay, so for chicken, you want to go with lemon pepper.
Okay.
But I don't think we have lemon pepper here, which you can grab, which is very easy. I think lemon pepper is the best way for chicken. Yeah, lemon pepper is always
Is it just as simple?
It's very simple. Okay. You don't have to do much with it. Okay. You know, you can also, depends how you want your chicken too. You know, it depends if you want to just plain, you know, put some, you can put some coriander in there too.
I like that. I like that. See, for me, I hit it with the reg. You know, my mom taught me how to cook. I want to say when I was 3 or 4, because she said never need a woman to know how to cook. She taught my sister how to change locks. And mind you, my sister, I thought she was a locksmith. I was going to call her. Yeah, I'm serious. You need something to get into. I don't know. She might be calling. But I would say, you know, my mom always hit me with the oregano. She hit me with the seasoning salt. She also said salt and pepper, rosemary, a little bit of basil. And
let's see if I see anything else.
What do you like?
Okay, you got to put some parsley.
Yep, got to put some parsley. I love that. I love that.
Celery salt, not so much. Dill weed, cilantro. Yep.
There you go.
Cilantro.
I do a little thyme as well. I do a little thyme. And these are the seasons I hit when I'm prepping my chicken.
Okay.
After I clean it. And then, you know, the mixed vegetables, they can really sit on the plate with some butter and some garlic and call it a day type of thing. Go ahead.
And so, I mean, you can also use like cumin, for instance. Cumin, coriander.
Like it.
What is curry powder?
Got it.
Curry powder is a huge thing. I think every kitchen should have curry powder.
Why?
It's just a good flavor. You can cook something quick. Doesn't take that long. You can, you know.
Can I put curry on anything? Curry powder on anything?
You can, to be honest.
Okay, I like that. Okay.
You can make fish curry, chicken curry, beef curry.
Wait, Coy, have you?
I'm not advanced enough to do anything curry.
Okay, fair enough. Let me ask you this, Coy. What do you do with your fettuccine Alfredo?
What do I put in there?
I don't know.
Well, I use the cheese. That hard block Parmesan Reggiano. That's how the real Italians do it.
Got it.
Instead of the cream liquid.
Got it. I like it. Let me ask you this: when you cook your burgers, what do you do? Yeah.
So I use the Lowry seasoning is good
okay. Do you hit it or is there a measurement?
Come on, you gotta hit it. Our ancestors taught us better than that.
Hey, I tell people all the time, my mom usually, like, when you see her making something and everybody's watching her in the kitchen, I'm not even talking about some plain white rice. Everybody's watching her in the kitchen and it's like, everybody's like, well, how much is that? And how much is that? I said, well, first of all, you can't ask her anything. She is listening to the ancestors whisper in her ear.
That's correct.
That's enough.
There's no measurements.
There's never measurements.
No measurements.
All three of our moms.
There's never any measurements.
Moms don't have measurements. It's their fingers.
By touch.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch your mom, Coy?
Yeah.
Look. And you probably looking around like, wait. I got
Did you miss that step? Where's that step?
It was like 6 steps I didn't see. Right? What happened? She's not good. She's not backtracking.
She's not backtracking for you. Do you ever see how they touch the oil in the pot?
With the hands. You know what? It's good. It's good. It's ready to go.
Sometimes I sit back and I'm saying, wait a minute. Where are we at in this scenario right now?
And I'm like, never mind.
You know
what? And no matter how many times you try it,
it don't matter.
It will never come the way you want it to. The way your mom gets it.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Honestly, I tell people, moms are the best drug dealers. You want to know why? Because I saw my mom eyeball this thing. First of all, she was making a batch of cookies, and she poured some baking powder in.
Okay.
And she was looking at it, and she didn't know if she poured too much salt and sugar, and she was looking, and then I see her take a pinch out and put it in the sink. I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I put too much." I said, "Okay,
how are you balancing this?"
How did you know? And then all of a sudden, bake the cookies. Tastes exactly the same. Right. I said, what if she didn't take that out? What?
It was meant to be.
So
you got to know.
Also, chefs always talk about that you got to taste your food at all the time while you're cooking.
Okay.
Because then the flavor profiles are building. Right.
Okay.
So that's why if you watch a chef cook, they have spoons right to the side. Do a little dip, boom. All right, it's not there yet. All right, then they add something. Got
it.
So you always got to be tasting, while you're cooking, not just put everything together. And that's what moms do, right?
Got it. Yeah.
That's what moms do, and that's how they get it to that point.
I like that. Okay, next step. Let me ask you this. My friend cooks a lot of steaks.
Okay.
He's a red meat fanatic.
Okay.
He always says a little salt.
Yep.
A little pepper.
Correct.
That's it.
That is it.
Right. So seasoning wise for steaks, it's always salt and pepper and olive oil, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you coat it with olive oil, season with salt, season with pepper, and then get a hot skillet.
Yep.
Pop it in there. Let that get that crisp, right?
Okay, and I have to hold you right there because you're lying.
What you mean?
You're lying to everybody.
How?
Okay, one time I saw you cook a steak. You pulled the butter out of the fridge that you had.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I haven't got to that spot yet, right? I haven't got to that spot.
Okay.
All right,
tell the people.
All right, so the next, so after you season it, and then you get the skillet hot, you know, put some olive oil on the skillet. Put the steak, first you want to maybe cook it for like 3 minutes on first side and then pop it on the other side. Now,
okay, wait. How long? Okay, so you said 3 minutes one side?
3 minutes one side and then go to the other side for another 3 minutes. And then you can figure out, where you want, if your steak is there or not. Like sometimes you can put temperature stick in there to see if, if the temperature is there.
A steak should take no longer than how long to cook?
Cooking wise, well, if you're basing it with the butter and all that, with the rosemary and the garlic, that takes a little longer. Okay. So what I do is I put the steak and then I put the butter, the rosemary, and the garlic right away.
Okay.
And then let the garlic cook and then get that garlic and the rosemary in the butter. And then you base it with the butter over and over and over until you get the flavors into it, right?
Okay.
And after that, it's done. You rest it. That's the most important part. People forget about this. They cut the steak right after. They don't rest it. You got to rest the steak because good food takes time.
Yeah.
Do you rest it with the foil or just?
No, you want to rest it on like a open air. So you don't want it to flat. You want it to have air coming from all four sides, right? So that means you want to have like a mesh rack kind of type thing, so you can leave it.
I like it.
And that way, anything that drips underneath as well.
I've seen people use like 2 forks too.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yep.
All right, now let's get back to the people.
Okay.
Fish.
Ooh, so
you cook fish?
I do cook fish.
Okay.
Fish is really good with lemon and butter. And put some little capers. Capers are really good enhancers for the fish, especially for salmon.
Oh, okay. Well, I see always people just throw the little lemon on top, and I feel like that's cheating.
It's just like the easy way to go, right? That's the healthy way to go, to be honest, because you're only just putting the lemon and then put in the oven and then cook. Boom, you're good to go. But if you want to enhance it a little bit,
I need to jazz
it up.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
That's what we call them, jazzing it up.
Get a butter stick, put that in the pan, put some capers, put some lemon, mix that up, and then just ladle it on top of the fish. Good to go.
How long you cook salmon for?
Salmon doesn't take that long. Fish usually doesn't take that long.
Okay. I want to get into, and I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead, tell people how long the salmon.
So salmon, I would say 10 minutes. Okay. Probably, depending on what the temperature is.
What did you say? 13?
Yeah.
Coy?
What?
How long?
I don't cook fish. I don't even eat fish, so don't ask me anything about fish.
Coy.
Fish is tricky though because you don't want it to get hard. You don't want it to get overcook it. That's another thing, right?
It's harder for you than a steak in general.
Correct, because steak you can't go wrong with it, right? Yeah. You can get it medium, you can get medium rare, well done. It doesn't matter. Steak you can eat, but fish you can fuck up the fish.
I like my steak like a Saturday night. It's got to be blood everywhere.
Yeah, and same thing with shrimp too. Shrimp's another thing, right? Okay. A lot of people eat shrimp, but like if they cook it for too long, it gets super spongy and it gets rubbery, right? You don't want that. Remember, shrimp only takes like 20 seconds to cook.
Really?
20 seconds, bro. Like depending on how
you did the Cajun. You did the Cajun
style. So that's what I'm saying. So with the Cajun, you put the Old Bay seasoning with the Cajun seasoning.
Okay.
Paprika, lemon pepper, and then you put the butter, garlic, and then mix it all in there. But here's the thing. So when you cook the shrimp, you want to cook the shrimp separate.
Okay.
And then toss it into the concoction of the butter and the seasonings, right?
Okay. Why?
Because remember, it cooks itself in the butter as well. So you want to like fire it quick for like 10-15 seconds in the hot water.
Okay.
Dip it, take it out, and then toss it into there, and that'll get it
I
going.
like that. Okay. So let me ask you this. Would you even recommend this to a bachelor? You got to remember, this is a bachelor.
Right.
A first time moving out. You've seen a bachelor's kitchen.
Correct.
You've seen a bachelor's fridge.
I think this this setup has the basics.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, right? 100%.
But the cool thing is you can take some of them out and then add your own ones that the ones that you use.
Exactly.
Right? And that's the most thing. So you just got to play with it. Like I've been playing with it for like the last, since I was 17, 18 years old.
Okay.
Always watching my mom and then figuring out what they do.
Okay.
I'm always watching. If you have parents that always cook, man, just go watch it.
I like it.
You'll learn a lot.
I like it. And that's our 15-minute break. B, I appreciate you stopping by, my boy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.